Recruiter here, the headless headhunter, getting you ahead of your job search by reviewing your resumes in this recession. So, the resume we have up first commits one of the greatest sins a resume can commit. Not even just in tech. If you are in customer service or management, any type of industry, if you commit this resume sin, you have already failed. So, what the resume sin is making your resume for multiple roles. This person sent this resume to me, and they wanted to look for AI software engineer roles, or full stack software engineer roles, or data scientist roles. But guess what? Those are all different roles. Each of those would require a different qualification. So what you want to do is you want to break down one resume into 3 parts. At max, no one should have more than 4 resumes. And you tailor each of those resumes to a very specific job title. That is how you succeed. So, again, this goes for everybody, not just tech. If your resume can do it all, it has failed and you're going to get rejected. It is a giant resume sin. So what we're going to do instead is we're not going to look for AI software or full stack software. We're just going to look for a data scientist. So, what we're looking for in a data scientist is your degree, Python, R, SQL, data in all its forms like data modeling, data analytics, the industry, which I cannot be in every single industry, so sometimes they're going to have very specific qualifications for each industry, but the rest of it should be good. How you explain stuff to non-technical folk, how you influence stakeholders, cross-functional that you worked, any type of cloud, AWS, GCP, or Azure, although I imagine this was recorded on the day the internet went out, we're probably going to be looking for a lot more GCP and Azure people in the future. Microsoft Office applications, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Google Sheets, AI, LLM, NLP, ML, Spark, Skibbity, Learn, Pandas, NumPy, dashboards, data visualization, Tableau, Power BI, ETL. Whew, a lot of that. So, can I find that in 20 seconds? I don't know. Probably not, because it tries to do a bunch. And go. Okay, this is neat, but I don't care about it. Okay, AI is okay. PyTorch. This is a nightmare to read. There's like nothing here. Okay, AI engineer, but I'm not looking for an AI engineer. I'm looking for a data scientist, Python, and that's it. So yeah, this would definitely get yeeted and not meated. So what did this person say? That is a long one. Okay, good. I'm glad you gave me more information than less. I've been struggling for a while with 0 interviews or technical assessments. I don't have a ton of experience in paid roles. Started a school before COVID, which destroyed co-ops. Yeah. But I have a lot of high coursework at the PhD in ML and a competent software engineer with a couple of publications and a few years of research and work. Internal referrals get noticed and people say I have a strong background, but applying has got me nowhere. Yeah, because your resume means nothing. Like, I don't care if you solved world hunger if I'm looking for a full stack software engineer. All I'm looking for is the relevant stuff for that. I hope you can solve world hunger. Me, Lee, the person, wants you to, but as a recruiter, I could not move you forward unless you solved world hunger by creating a full stack application in TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, in an AWS environment. Let's see, almost done with their master's in defense, but working part-time, happy to relocate anywhere. Again, you don't want to say that either because relocating is always a yellow flag to hiring managers. You really want to show that you are moving to a specific place. Otherwise, it is a yellow flag. So that is an issue. Like the fact that you've done like almost every resume sent here. No recruiters are reaching out either. Yeah, because the job market is not good enough. So recruiters only reach out to you directly if the job market is good enough that they cannot find what they need through job postings. So it doesn't matter how optimized your resume is or LinkedIn. If the job market is terrible, which it is, in your specific industry, which for most industries it is, they're not going to be reaching out to you because we need to get, like, that is how we make money, is they pay us to reach out. And why would they pay somebody to reach out if they can find the talent they need through a job posting? So, should I make a project demo? Any advice would be appreciated. Thanks in advance. So yeah, your biggest issue is this resume does almost nothing I need for any of the roles. So that's one. You need to redo all of this. So here's what you need to do. If you're truly looking for AI software or full stack or data scientist roles, then what you need to do is break it into 3 separate resumes. Because these are the qualifications for a data scientist. And as an example, for a full stack developer, which I do quite often on this channel, is going to be this. So these are what I would need for a full stack. If you notice, there's only like 2 or 3 things that are the same. The rest is different. So that's the first thing you need to do. Break this into 3 separate resumes. And then when you break it, break this formatting because it's a nightmare to read. Your resume needs to look like this, okay? The format is on my website. This shows you how to do it. It takes like 5 minutes. You don't even need like a full template. It's seriously easy to do. Then, after you fix the formatting, you need to specifically apply in locations where you're at. If you are planning on relocating, what you need to do is have a really quick summary. It doesn't even need to say the word summary. All it needs to say is, moving to X by Y date, can move earlier if needed. That's it. Otherwise, yeah, relocating is a giant yellow flag because baby recruiters and baby hiring managers will of course say, oh, that's great, you can relocate anywhere. That happened to me. That happened to some of the hiring managers I've had to coach. And then when it comes down to an offer, they say, I don't feel like it. I wasn't that serious about moving. And then you basically lose about like 5 to 6 weeks of the hiring process. So that is why it is a yellow flag unless you specify that you are moving to a very specific area. Because if they know you're moving regardless of whether you get the job or not, then relocating isn't an issue. So there is a content issue in this, which again is the fact that it's too broad. There is the fact that the formatting is awful. And there's the fact that you have relocating, which is a giant no-no. In addition, please make sure you apply fast. The faster you apply to a role, the better your chances. So that's about all I can do with this resume. If you want to get more help, you can come to my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST, and sometimes randomly on the weekends at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. That is where I basically help people beyond just YouTube. This is where I get these qualifications and it can do some deeper help. So like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of an AI engineer that doxed themselves. Stop doxing yourselves on my stream. Please stop. It means I cannot scroll past this page. The instructions are pretty clear when you submit your resumes. Remove all identifying information such as contact. And what this person is and what we're looking for is AI, LLM, NLP, Python, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Cloud, NumPy, R, MATLAB, SD, LCC, ICD, DevOps. One of these, RAG, ML, LangChain, SkibbityLearn, Pandas, Agentic, and explaining stuff to non-tech people. So, can I find that in 20 seconds? Probably not, because they didn't read the darn instructions. And go. All right. Stakeholder, okay. Okay, nothing. Wow, there's like literally nothing in this resume. I found stakeholder, and that is charitable at best. Yeah, there's nothing. Like, there's nothing here. All right. So what did this person say? They're definitely getting yeeted. I seek international offers. Okay, well, unless you have a work permit in the country that you're applying to, that doesn't matter. Even if your resume was good, which it is not, then that doesn't matter because you need to have the work authorization in that country. Like, a lot of people that are international think you can just apply to any remote role and it'll be fine, but no. There is a reason it says, are you authorized to work in the United States? And if the answer to that is no, well then in the United States, we can't hire you. There are contract companies in your area that will hire you to work within the United States, but they're going to pay you at a rate that is equivalent to your area, not the US rates. So, for the sake of reviewing this, let's just assume that they were in the US and they were not applying internationally. And the big problem with this is there's literally nothing here. This is almost an entirely blank piece of paper. Like, when I'm looking for an AI engineer, I'm not looking for statistical analysis to extract daily price trends, or time series bar charts in word cloud to observe trends, or analyze stock data to compare market trends before or after, or A/B testing with PSAs and chi-square test revealed. That's not what I'm looking for. None of that is what I would be looking for. And I am currently recruiting for AI roles. Admittedly, they are like much more senior, so this would not have been a fit regardless. But that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for actual AI. They're looking for like the projects that you've done with AI. They're looking for AI, LLM, NLP, Python, TensorFlow, PyTorch, LangChain, SkibbityLearn, maybe a little bit of like the scikit or scikit, not I said it so wrong. I almost said skibbity learn. But yeah, so that's the big problem here is there's just literally nothing here. This is all you submitted a blank piece of paper to me. So that's all we can do for this one. Let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of I don't know. You told me backend software engineer. Well, the problem is backend software engineer could be multiple things. Could be Java, could be Python, could be C#/.NET. It also could technically be COBOL and Ruby on Rails, but I have not reviewed those in a while, so we're going with this. So I am going to roll a 6-sided die, and what it lands on determines which one I am going to be searching for, because you did not tell me. So it is 6. So we are going to be looking for a C#.NET developer. If you are not a C#.NET developer, well, that is part of the problem, is you did not let me know. So please let me know specifically what stack beyond just backend. So this is the qualifications for a backend C# developer. Hopefully that is you. We're looking for .NET, C#, SQL, Cloud, any of them. Again, probably more Azure and GCP after today. MVS, which is Microsoft Visual Studios, Git, Agile, RESTful API, CI/CD, front end, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. So yeah, it's probably going to be a little bit of a full stack even for this. Cross-functional, DevOps, and ASP.NET. So, can I find this in 20 seconds? I don't know. Let's see. No, nothing here that I can use. This is not related. Okay, RESTful APIs is good. TypeScript, that's going to be okay. Node is nice, but not what I'm looking for. Postgre, what backend are you? AWS, good, that's good. CI/CD is good. And that's all I found, really. And like GitHub Actions. So this completely fails and is yeeted, not meted, because I don't know what you are, bro. I don't. Maybe this is Go? I don't know. But you did not specifically tell me. So, what did you write to me? Maybe you told me in the note. I try to look at the note after reviewing it in 20 seconds because that is realistically more like what a recruiter would be doing during their real job and what I do on average. So, let's see. Been applying for the last couple of months since completing my course. What course? Oh, it's a certificate. Okay. No interviews yet, but I've only applied to 50 jobs. That is nowhere near enough. I'm working daily on projects to beef up my experience. I'm mainly focused on local jobs. That's a smart idea. You do want to do local. Local is where most of the jobs are. That are back-end or full stack, but I prefer back-end, but I'm applying to everything I can. This is my resume draft after watching your videos and using your PPT. What does PPT stand for? I don't actually know. And format guide, I will say the original one was dense with 0 spacing. So if possible, I want to supply both resumes. So I don't know where the other one is, but you can always submit it again. But yeah, the formatting isn't the worst. Like again, you need to remove this. This is not needed. Just say status graduated. If you say graduated down here, don't put active up here. That sounds weird. Just status graduated or received or something. But yeah, the big issue is like, this is not anything I'd really be searching for. Like you say Python, but there's no Python. There's no Java. Maybe Go. This is a Go developer. I just have not seen a Go developer in a very long time. Do I even have that? I don't think I do. Yeah, I didn't know. If this was a Go developer, I could have searched it up. But yeah, so this is a fantastic sentence. I actually want to congratulate you on this one. This is a fantastic sentence. This is really good. This is how I want you to write it. The problem is I can't do enough. Like, RESTful APIs is great, but I just don't have enough. Like, where's the primary backend stuff? Where's the Python, the Java, or the C#? Where is, like, if it was Java, it would be Spring or Spring Boot. If it was Python, it would be Django or Docker. If it was C#, it'd be .NET. Like, it's just not enough. And 50 is not enough either. You're going to need to apply to way more than 50. A CS grad is probably going to need to apply to close to 50 a week. And we are rapidly approaching, possibly by the time this video comes out, the end of the applications for this year. So in November, about the week before Thanksgiving, all the way until the second week of January, practically everything in recruitment shuts down hard. That doesn't mean there are no interviews, but like even the best resume may get pushed off until the next year. And that's going to happen. So yeah, but you should apply locally. So you're doing a few things right. You need to apply more. And your formatting on this is okay once you delete this, because again, summaries are worthless, is just put in the stuff I actually want. Like, you need to look at the job descriptions and look how they write it, because they're going to ask for this stuff, or the Java version, or a Python version. So that's all I can do for this resume. This is a resume of a backend software engineer, which is specifically Python developer in Mexico. So while I cannot speak or read Spanish, I wish I could. That would be really cool. I tried it 3 times and I failed hard each time, so I'm not very good at it. I could at least, a lot of the postings were in English, so what they're looking for is basically the same thing. I would say probably the only real difference is it looked that this bottom part, which was Fast API, Flask, and Django, were more accurate to what they're looking for. So all we're really looking for is Python, SQL, Docker, Cloud, and its words, RESTful APIs, Agile, Git, CI/CD, Fast API, Flask, and Django. So let's see if this person has that. Let's let's find in 20 seconds and go. All right. Django good, Docker good, AWS is good, SQL is good, and you have S3, which is what I'd be looking for. Right, so AWS good. So yeah, this does not have Python. Again, I cannot count this. I don't know why everybody puts it on here or here. You have to have it here. I cannot count it if it's here. So yeah, this is almost a pass. I mean, if you literally just put in Python and rewrote the formatting, it would probably work. So, what did you write to me? Let's see. I read a lot of good advice from your videos. Thank you. You are also in stream right now, and I will help you after this. I try to review the resume in a vacuum because I think that is more accurate to how it is done in real life, which it is. Regarding the job search, Python internships and junior positions. Okay, internships are different than full-time. Internships are going to have a different qualification. I tracked already like 130 apps, from which I got 1 screening call and 1 behavioral interview. I don't know if that's a terrible ratio for a new grad. It's not great, but it could be a lot worse. I try to follow the advice of applying only to jobs posted in the last 24 hours. No, that's not my advice. So there is a confusion amongst job seekers where you think you need to apply within the last 24 hours, and that is not what I'm telling you when I tell you to apply fast and first. So what actually matters is how many other applicants have already applied. Some roles, if you apply 2 hours after it is posted, it's too late. You're not going to get seen. Other roles can be open for 3 weeks and you can apply and get an interview that day. It's not always correlated to how long the role has been up. Sometimes it is, but most of the time it's not. Like if somebody wrote a bad job description and there are only 75 people that have applied to it and it's 2 weeks old, apply for that. You have a better chance that if they posted it that day 3 hours ago and there's already 400 people that applied. It's how many others have applied, not in the last 24 hours. 24 hours is irrelevant. Some roles fill up fast in 3 hours. So, let's see. For internships, requirements are honest or non-existent. Yeah, it's basically, can you work well with others, basic knowledge of the tech stack, and can you take criticism and direction? That's what internships are. Bonus. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's the big problem, is you just did not have enough stuff. You put it here and you put it here, and this is half between a intern and a full-time role, and that doesn't work. Those are 2 separate resumes. So they are in chat, so I'm going to go help them right now. But for everybody else, we're going to the next resume. This is a resume of a intern software engineer in Canada, but I've honestly found that interns, unless they are master's interns or PhD interns, it's really only going to be 3 things they're looking for across well, 4 things across multiple industries and locations. It really is just your degree, right? They're going to be looking that you are in fact in college or about to graduate and that kind of stuff. A basic knowledge of the tech stack, and for other industries it would be, well, whatever the basic knowledge of your industry is. So in this case, it's going to be like Python or Java and maybe SQL, just real basic. Cloud if you've got it. And the ability to work well with others and takes direction and criticism. This is huge for an intern. So many interns forget to do this, and this is critical. They're like, well, I just spent the last 8 years, or not 8 years, I just spent the last 3 to 4 years doing incredibly tech stuff. Why do you care if I can take direction and criticism? Because once you get into the workforce, you're going to be working with people 40 hours a week, and they want to make sure that you don't crash out, because I'm sure everybody has basically a story of an intern that crashed out and caused more problems. So they want to make sure that you can take direction, not leadership, but take direction and criticism, and that you can work well with others. Everybody puts in like leading, and it's like, unless the role involves leading, sure, but like you're not leading as an intern. That's the opposite of what they want. They want a follower. So let's see if I can find that in 20 seconds. And go. All right, this formatting is awful. Python AI is fine. Okay, don't put it here. I can't use that. ETL, AWS. Okay, well, I want AWS. I don't think I want ETL. SQL and Python. Company, projects. Okay, that's it. So no, I mean, you had a basic knowledge of the tech stack, I would say, right? Like, I actually want a little bit more, but I did not see how you could work with others. So let's see what you say here. Looking for an internship, kind of cooked as a Canadian right now. Yeah, no, the job market is garbage. If at least in the U.S. and as our neighbor up north, despite how some people may treat it, I truly do believe you're neighbors just as well as Mexico is the neighbor down south. We are all neighbors together, and we should help each other. So your problem is a bunch of stuff, but the biggest one is, well, there's 2 problems. I don't know why I'm messing up so much. Let me restate this. Okay. First, your problem is formatting. This is a nightmare to read, and I absolutely hate it. I don't need this, all right? I need this. This is not highlighting correctly. I need where you got your degree, or getting your degree. I need what degree it is in. I don't need relevant courses. Unless you're applying to like a PhD, I don't need relevant courses. So the relevant courses can be deleted. Then this entire section you need to hit Control B and then hit it again on your keyboard, because nothing down here needs to be bolded. It should look like this. Everybody says they follow the format. It does not look like this. It needs to look like this. This is how. It takes easy. Everybody's overcomplicating it. I don't need any of that. All right, and then you have this part up here. I don't need that. So your formatting is very difficult to read. It's all over the place. It's just like a giant wall of text. But the second issue is, I would actually prefer a little bit more of the tech stack, right? Like, design a multi-agent AI system in Python is good. That is a good bullet point so far. That automates investor discovery. Okay, you tell me the reason why. I like that. By parsing Crunchbase. Okay, I'm starting to lose me. With Selenium, why do I need Selenium? And enriches profiles. What do you mean enriches profiles? With personalized insights, like what? Via Perplexity. I don't know why I would want Perplexity. So you kind of had me in the first half, and then you lose me after here. And then design an end-to-end outreach pipeline by orchestrating LinkedIn and Perplexity, automating personalized. Again, I don't care about that. Why do I care that you personalized communication with investors? That's not what you're going to be doing. That doesn't show me how. All you need to tell me how you built it, like, used RAG and RESTful APIs and SQL to do X and Y. Okay, that's what I need. So the only thing I really have here is AI and Python. And then we go down here, and I'm not really looking for ETL. That's more of a data engineer kind of thing, and maybe data scientist. There's another one that needs it. But I do like AWS, right? You can just say Deployed an automated pipeline on AWS, perfect. Using Apache Airflow, don't care about that. For daily processing Equifax credit data. That's okay, but what else did you do? What else did you use on this? What about SQL? Where is the SQL? So down here. Okay, so you kind of get the thing is you've put too much stuff in it. It's too dense. I need it to not be as dense, okay? You need to make it less dense. And you need a little bit more, like maybe Django or Docker, and then we should be fine. But I do need how you work with others, because I don't see that at all. This entirely shows just tech stuff. And again, that's good. That's part of the qualifications, but that's a third of them besides the degree. You're missing the ability to work well with others and takes direction and criticism. Where's that part? Because that's also critical. So that's all I can do with this one. Let's go to the next resume. This is another software engineer intern. So as a master's student, you may want a little bit more, right? This is where the lines kind of blur. And some companies just want this, but others may want like closer to the real stack. So you did say backend Python. So we're going to be looking for kind of the same, right? Where it differs is we're going to be looking for not as much, right? Normally, you need about 75% to move forward. As a master's student, they may only be looking for close to 50%. So you still want to show that you can work well with others because, again, this may, in fact, be your first time in corporate America or wherever you are, and they need to make sure you don't crash out. So we're still going to do the normal stuff down here, which is going to be, again, take criticism, which I can never spell, and be led, not lead, and work with others. Again, I am super dyslexic, so never trust my spelling. That is something you definitely should not do. All right, so can I find this in 20 seconds? I don't need to go over them again because, again, we already did that in previous ones, so go. Python, good. Flask, good. Test, okay, good. SQL with AWS, perfection. I don't care about this part, though. Executed Python unit tests, okay, we already did that. Pandas is okay. And then you start losing me here. CI/CD, okay. Docker, good. All right, well, yeah, that's almost there. Like, I think you had close to what I needed, about 50%, but it's not quite enough. So, this is an updated version based on your tips and resume template. This is not my template. Something is off. I think it's the font. It should be 10.5. I think this font is off. Yeah, the font is too small, which does matter. As of now, I didn't apply much. Maybe applied to like 10 internships. Okay, that is not a lot, yeah. I want to know if this is okay for internships, what change I need to make for new grad roles. I'm looking for backend Python software engineers and new grad roles. Okay, so if you're looking for backend, that's a little bit different. If we're looking for our first full-time role, that's a little bit different. Do recruiters look at LinkedIn, GitHub, portfolio links? So, yes and no. The answer is you should have them. Most recruiters will not. Most hiring managers may not. But it's good to have. And in addition, with the advent of a lot of fake candidates that will basically not really exist and for out of the country but won't show their faces, it's good to have a verified LinkedIn profile with your face. Doesn't need to be, I mean, obviously it should be semi-professional, but just as long as it shows who you are and you show up in the online interview and it looks the same, you're good. Because there's a problem of fake candidates using AI to basically fake that stuff, which happens quite a lot. I think last week or the week before I had 4 or 5 candidates that were fake. So having that up there in case somebody checks is a good thing. I'm an international student and joined the Twitch live stream a couple of weeks ago. Okay. Maybe you're here now. Oh, no worries. It's okay. I know the time zone is right when people are working. So, all right. So the big thing here is there's just not quite enough. The formatting is slightly off. So again, everything here, everything needs to be 10.5. Okay? This is bolded, you are correct. This is bolded, you are correct. This is italicized, but the font is a little bit off, and it should be 1.5 spacing. So 10.5 Arial, 1.5 spacing. Bless you, Bear. Bless you. My dog is sneezing like Matt. Are you okay? Okay, he's okay. Bless you, sir. I'm in a video. So 10.5 Arial for the font, 1.5 for the spacing. Now, onto the actual content, which is a little bit of an issue. So this is a good sentence. This I don't care about, right? What do you mean reporting accuracy by 45%? Why? I don't care. Why did you do that? Why not 60%? Why did you only do 45? I'm looking for somebody that has 99%. Nobody says that, right? Like, and I'm on roles that if you were more senior, I could maybe go with you. But again, they're not looking for 45% or 30% or 95% to reducing bugs. That's the problem, is you try to add all these percentages and it just ruined it. Because I don't care about this. This took up valuable space. Developed and executed PyTest unit tests. Good. Is great. Boosting coverage or whatever from 30 to 95 and reducing bugs. Don't care. Again, improving performance by 20% and development efficiency. No, don't care. This I care about. This I care about. You could have made this better by just removing the end of this sentence. And I want you to get it into your head, same with literally everybody else's. We're not going to be impressed, right? We're not in the same technical field. You are talking to people that have bachelors at best, all right? And even the managers that do have it, they're not looking for that. You know what is impressive? Just design CI/CD pipelines using Docker and GitHub Actions. Catching more bugs pre-production. That's perfect. This tells us the reason you did it. This is a great sentence. This is phenomenal. But you wasted a lot of time, of my time and your time, by writing this junk of 40%. So let's go through it to see what we're missing. Because again, remember, full-time work is different for internships. So we have your degree. That's good. Then we have Python, which I did see, which was good. Then we had SQL, which was good. Then did we have Docker? I don't know. Yes, we did. But it's easy to miss because of how you wrote it. We did have cloud. Actually, did we have cloud? I cannot find it again. There it is. Yeah, we did have cloud. You just say AWS, right? Do we have Git? Git. Yes. Well, we have GitHub, not Git. I'm looking for Git. So that may not count. CI/CD I did see. And this is part of the problem, is I don't really have enough for this one. What about Django? Do I at least have Django? No. Do I have NumPy? No, and I don't have enough AI. So part of the problem here, and I'm assuming this is full-time roles, is you still need one of these. Like, it still needs to be like a little bit full stack, or a little bit AI, or a little bit DevOps, or you need to have Fast API, Flask, or Django. So you're very close. You're very, very close to having what we need. So fix your formatting, have the exact stuff we need, and that should be good enough to get you interviews. If they did not make it near impossible for people on OPTs to get an interview because of the recent changes in the White House, which I can't really help you with that one. So let's go to the next resume. This is another data scientist resume. So this person stated one of two things, which is data scientist senior or data science manager. So this is where it kind of breaks down a little bit. So there are, this is kind of tough to say, but there are 3 different types of roles you can get on a technical side in a company. So there's IC, which is individual contributor. There's a lead, which is also an individual contributor. And then there's a manager, which is a manager. And how you would write those is going to be a little bit different. So for a lead, is going to be mostly the same as a non-lead, but you're going to have to put in, well, leadership. This is where you actually need to put in leadership. It's still an IC role, which is individual contributor. So they are not looking for like budgeting and that kind of stuff. They're looking for like, did you take charge? Have you messaged other people? Did you lead the product? Did you train people? But not hiring, firing, and performance reviews. Then, if you're going to management, that's a whole different ballgame. The actual technical stuff is nice, but they're not really looking for it. They're looking for, like, did you hire? Did you fire? Did you manage? Did you do performance reviews? And it's less what you did and more how you got the people under you to do the thing. So I don't know what you're going for. I think you're probably going for more senior data scientist or lead data scientist and not manager, because manager is a whole different resume. So that's a whole different thing. But leads and seniors are close to the same. You just need a bullet point or two about leadership close up to the top. So with that being said, I already covered what we need in this. So let's see if I can find it in 20 seconds. All right, and go. All right. Oh no, this reads like an actual manager. Okay, kind of. Python, GCP. Okay, so this is tough for me to review, and I'll be honest, I may need you to see this, resubmit, and then let me know on stream that you'll have another version of this, because I can't tell if you're going for a lead or a IC role, and I think that is partly the problem with that. So what do you say to me? Hey there, Headless Headhunter. Thanks for time to looking at my resume. This is the first resume I've been able to get some traction with. Good. But I feel like it's still missing some things. Any advice appreciated? Moving into more senior roles is proving a challenge. But with 8 years of experience, I'm feeling like I'm more than qualified and ready to take that next step. So the problem with this is specifying of whether or not you were going for manager or going for lead. And it looks like you're going more for manager than lead. Do I have actual manager qualifications? Let me see. Give me 1 second. See, I don't know if I do. Product manager, project manager, growth marketing manager, customer success manager, retail manager, office manager. Yeah, I don't have that off the top of my head. So resubmit and let me know if you're actually going for that. But in general, for management, I need more than this. So what they'd be looking for, and this is off the top of my head, is they do want to know the people that you led, but they also want to know the budget of it, how many people you led, what was the timeline, did you make deadlines, did you interact with more senior stakeholders, were you able to get like stakeholder buy-in, cross-functionally matrixed, how you were able to grow is a good word, they love that. So directed a team of how big. This is where we actually do want numbers. Once we break into manager, we want actual numbers. So like, how big was the team, right? How big was the team? How many people? How many people, right? Did you hire, fire, performance reviews? Those are like the holy trinity of management is, did you hire, fire, performance reviews? If you don't have that, there's going to be a bit of a problem. So developed an ML modeling application to drive workload scheduling and reduce downtime to determine root costs, saving 75 manually. Okay, but I need to know why you did that, right? So it's good that you have the savings of annual. That's actually, this is where numbers matter. But I need more. When we're going into management resumes, I need details. So how big was the team? Was this team cross-functional? What was the suite of applications? Why did you do this? Did you identify this problem previously and then decide to do it, or were you told to by your boss? So this is where this resume starts to break apart. And this isn't a fully manager resume. This is in between a data scientist lead. Actually, no, it's just in between a data scientist and a manager, and you need to pick a lane with it. So, again, how big was this product? How long did it take? Oh, here we go. So, managed over 450 projects annually. Great. This is pretty solid. I just need more. The how you did it is more important in managers than it is in IC roles. For a data scientist, I don't need to know as much of the how. It's really good to know. But for managers, I need to know. How did you design an image processing and time series model? I don't care that it just improved efficiency and saved numbers. I want to know why you did it. I want to know how you did it. Did you get buy-in from the stakeholders? So this is what we're missing, is you're not thinking like a manager. You're still thinking like an IC. So that's all I can do for this episode. Thank you all for watching. If you ever need more help, you can join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/@headlessheadhunter. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video to help you get ahead of your job search.